Okay, so the Lord just told me to come on here and He's been telling me this for like the last few days, but I gotta start being more obedient and just start recording videos that He tells me to record. So, okay, so what God has put on my heart, He put it on like the last 3 days, is are you ready? The Lord has put on so many of His people, His children, to go out and prepare. And He's put on, whether it's your season for it now or it was during the summer season, during the spring season. It really started at the beginning last year, last September, where He started having everybody prep and getting ready and putting ideals or thoughts to start prepping, whether it was to start your own business, whether it was to start writing your own books, or it was to go back to school, or was to start your own ministry, or to start traveling, or to open up your own restaurant, whatever it was, God started putting that seed in and saying like, hey, I need you to start preparing for this. I need you to start getting ready for this. I need you to start following my guide. I need you to follow my steps. Let me be a lamp to your feet. Okay? He's been prepping up his Josephs. He's been prepping up his Esthers, his Solomons, his Davids, his anointed. He's been prepping up his Samuels, his prophets, his prophetess. It says in the last days that men and women will start prophesying. What He's trying to bring forth is to tell people and show people His will, because some people don't have the eyes to see, some people don't have the ears to hear. So the people that He's spoken to their heart, He's trying to bring back the prodigal sons, the daughters back home, and He's putting you in position like chess. So some people are being very receptive and being obedient. Some people are dragging their feet. Some people are in the midst of confusion, and we know Satan is the author of confusion. The Lord wants you to just get ready. He wants you to prepare. He's told you, He's giving you specific instructions. You know what those instructions are. It's time. Like, it's game time. It's time to go ahead and start doing it. Because if you're not ready, it's just like when the master came back to the servants who He gave the talents to. He's asking you, He said, hey, what did you do with what I gave you? What did you do, faithful servant? You're either going to have a great answer for Him and show fruit, or you're not going to have fruit. And people who are listening to God, for the most part, the people that are trying to do their best to be obedient and listening to Jesus Christ, you can start feeling their fruit because of the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they act. Like you feel that difference from them. People can start seeing it. Some people are stuck in the old ways and they don't see that difference, but that's okay. As long as you know, and Jesus Christ knows, that you're changed on the inside and that you're making progress and that He's working a new heart on you. He's working a new mindset on you, working on your spirit and your soul, and you're being born into Him. Don't worry about what the naysayers say. Do what you're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, if you're the one that's producing the fruit and the harvest, you're going to be able to eat. The people that are not, are not. So we all have to be very encouraging to each other and say, hey, let's go. Let's get it going. Let's do this for the kingdom. Let's do this for Jesus Christ. Because everything needs to be done for Him, because He gets all the glory. Now, in the process of getting ready, God brought me to Joseph. And one of the things that He really pointed out to me about Joseph was Joseph was very obedient. No matter what situation he got put into, he stayed in line. And what I mean he stayed in line with the will of God. He didn't know what God wanted him to do, but from everything that he was taught from a young age, to the point where he got thrown into the pit by his brothers, to the point where he was sold as a slave, to the point where he was working for Potiphar, where he was in the prison, so he got elevated. Uh, he was in second command under Pharaoh. Joseph always stayed in line to what God wanted, and he worked what he was supposed to work. As a slave, he worked as a slave, but he did his best, but he did it for God. When he worked in Potiphar, being the head of the household, he did it his best for Potiphar, but he was doing his best for God. And then when he got thrown into prison, it looked like he had sunk into a new low, but really, God was getting all the circumstances ready for him to stay, while he was staying in line with him, to get to God, to listen to what God is saying for him. So Joseph was always preparing. He was always prepared for the moment. And every bit that he got, he made fruit out of it. And every little bit that he got in that situation, he got fruit out of it, to where God showed favor. And when you are in line with God, God is going to bless you. There's nothing your enemies could do around you. Like every bad situation Joseph got put in, his enemies watched him prosper. And they're like, who is this guy? Where did you come from? They start asking those type of questions. And when they start asking those type of questions, Joseph just responded like, hey, it has nothing to do with me. It's God. God is putting me here. So if you like what you see, it's because you like what God is putting out. So God was putting Joseph's gifts to a test for everybody to see. He was putting him on a platform. So as everybody was seeing this platform, and it doesn't matter what the platform is, whether it's in the, you're a singer, you're a dancer, you're a writer, you're a journalist, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a farmer, you're a naturalist, whatever the case may be, you have a platform. And when people see your work, it should be so amazing. I'm not going to say so amazing. Your work should taste like the first bite of an apple. Like, it's awesome. Like when you have somebody makes you an amazing meal, you just look at you like, this is good. What did you do? Your work should be a reflection of God. And he puts it into you so that way it can grow inside you, and the work that you do can blossom so everybody can see and say, who is the gardener here? Well, I'm the vessel for God. He's using me as a living sacrifice because I've given myself to God. So anything that I do is a representation of God, and people should see that light. And once people start seeing that light in you, they start asking questions, and now you're giving a testimony. Are you ready? You see what I'm saying? Are you ready? Because everything that you do, every fall that you have, every bad situation, whether it was sadness or you were the black sheep, or you got fired, or you got laid off, or you broke your legs, or you're not able to walk anymore, or you lost your eyesight, or you fell down the stairs and you can't run the way you used to, but all of a sudden this opened up another door to show people like that you triumphed over physical therapy, that you broke through. Like, there are so many different things God levels people up to get them ready for their breakthrough, and there's so many people now that have been working very, very hard because the breakthrough's about to happen. That's one of the things God is like, whatever this is, because there's so many testimonies that I've got. One of the things was Gideon is the way God shows me when I'm close to a victory. He'll say, I'll see Gideon or I'll see victory. Those two things, like it'll pop up, or I'll see the number 300. Because as Gideon was preparing, because he was a coward. He was a coward. And God's like, I like what you got in you because I've already put it in you. So I already know what you have. So I need you to follow these instructions. And it dwindled down the army to 300. But it was preparation. And God was giving him the mindset for that preparation. And he was helping him with that mindset for the preparation, because God wanted to make sure, one, he got the glory, but he also wanted to show Gideon, you can do anything when you work with me. I'm your father. I created you. People are going to know who you are. He gave him the opportunity. And Gideon said, well, why me? And Lord says, because there's something that I see inside of you. There's something that's there. He sent the angel to let him know, like, you're a warrior of God. This is your hidden self. Now I'm unveiling you. All the preparation you've done in the farming, the tooling, and asking me, you're like, when am I going to come and help? You've been asking. I'm here to answer your prayer. But not only that, I'm here to help deliver my people. Your kindred. Let's go do this. Your preparation has been good enough to where we can go and start producing fruit. And we can go start harvesting. Let's go bring it home. There's been, oh gosh. So for instance, frosted shredded wheat. Yes, it's Kroger. Yes, it's the knockoff brand, but it tastes good. And I've been wanting to get this for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I've kind of left it alone. But for some reason, I kept on going to the cereal aisle, and I was like, why am I going to the cereal aisle? Why am I going to the cereal aisle? I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do better. Why am I going to the cereal aisle? I really want Fruity Pebbles. I want Trix. I want Captain Crunch. All right, let me get Frosted Woody Wheats. That's an even, it's got a little sweet. It's got some wheat and everything. And then it hit me. For weeks and weeks, I've been wanting to go to cereal aisle, but I kept on not looking at the right thing. I kept on being in the right area, but I wasn't looking at the right thing that God was trying to focus me on, because he was like, are you ready? He's like, you've been doing all this other work. You've been coming to the grocery store. You've been shopping. You've been getting all the goods, but you're not seeing what I'm trying to see you to see. You're not paying attention. You're not focusing. Let me unveil your eyes. Gideon, let me unveil your eyes. Joseph, I gave you dreams and visions. Let me unveil your eyes of what you really are. Wheat, the wheat and the tares, the separation. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Because look, the wheat's got frosting on it, and it's sweet. Sweet. Don't worry about the Kroger. It don't matter where it comes from, because wherever you are, if you're doing your fruits, it don't matter if you're getting at Kroger, Publix, or wherever your shopping center is. When he has separated you, look, it even has the little wheat smiling, because he could see the milk and the honey background and the wheat background, golden background, and it's sweet. Think about that. I kept on coming to the same place over and over and over. I was in the right area, and God was trying to direct me. Get in line like Joseph. Get in line like Gideon. Go get your victory. It's harvest time. The breakthrough's about to go down. Let's go. Let's go get us a bowl of cereal.